Hello and welcome back to my channel, Pajamas, Planners, and Pink Zebra. And I wanted to give you a little insight into my teacher planner. I use a big teacher planner. This is what the cover looks like. I know with sometimes the gold or the metallic it's hard to see. Encourage, instruct, mentor, praise, influence, inspire, teach. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm a music teacher and I have never found a teacher planner that actually fits my needs. Ever. I've tried so many different ones. I've gone to teacher stores. I've tried to make my own, and I never have been truly happy. And this is the first planner where I'm going, this works. This is the one. I'm so happy. I've been teaching for 12 or 13 years now. I always lose track, but this is finally the planner that has worked consistently this year. So I'm going to show you a couple different things that I do in my teacher planner, as well as today we're going to make kind of a end of the year to-do list, and we're going to make a summer teacher bucket list, and I'll explain a little bit more of that later. But so I'm going to show you my monthly spread, and I may not show you too much of my weekly spreads because some of them have student names on it and that's not allowed. But I might show you a few different things on there because being a music teacher, my plans look really different. I don't have the same schedule every day. That's why this is so good and it makes me so happy. So here's August. Started kind of using my different stickers that I had. I have the student pack and I have the teacher pack, and then I had a couple others from, different things. Here's kind of one of my, as we're getting ready for the school year to start, I was trying to make sure, hey, get things prepared, get things ready, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and look at September. And in September, not too much goes on. It's a very nice, easy month, I should say. I do try to mark things like online days, even though since I'm elementary, our middle school and high school have online day once a month. So I like to keep track of it only because I know that I may not be able to get a hold of certain teachers, like the other teachers in my music department, which there's a total of 3. We're a pretty small school. I also keep track of doctor's appointments in here. I do help my parents out with their doctor's appointments, and so it's important to know when I need a sub, things like that. Trying to make sure I get all of that together. Let's take a look at October. I'm trying to find a weekly I can show you, and I think we'll get to them actually closer to where we're at now. So here's October, and October is a busy month because not only do you have end of the first grading period, we start doing like our different fundraisers, parent-teacher conference. I had surgery in the month of October, so that made life interesting. So yeah, it's kind of funny to look back to see all the different memories of the school year, but you can kind of see how I used my stickers to plan out my month. So November's a quieter month. Not too much going on, except for that I'm gearing up for concerts usually. If I'm not gearing up for them starting here, it's usually at the beginning, or not at the beginning, at the end of October, just because I only see my kiddos once a week. So it makes life a little bit tricky when you're trying to plan concerts and you're at a time of year where there's lots of breaks or lots of, early releases or Fridays off, or you're trying to make sure that each class gets the same kind of rehearsal time. So here is the December, and I'm always happy to get through my concerts. My concerts were here, PTO holiday shop, started making sure I was keeping track of when drills were, because again, when you're trying to get ready for a concert, life is a little interesting. No, can't show that one. Oh, this one's set too bad. So, as you can see, as we get closer to concerts, there's less and less here because it's just not happening. And then once we get to like actual break time, I don't tend to use my planner for that. So I don't know if I'll use it. This is my January, and I started punching pictures in for Happy Thoughts. My husband and I went to the Winter Classic because we love the Blackhawks. I'll take this out so you can see the rest of my plans, but trying to make sure that, I was helping out with the High School Musical auditions, so making sure I knew that. And this was a month that we had so many snow days, and that's where online days become super important for me because we do online makeup days. So that's kind of a blank page. Let's go to February. February, we've got our different days off. We actually, before we had like our almost week of days off, we had an early snowstorm or ice storm. So we used it as actually a snow day. Like, we didn't have to do an online day. So we let the parents vote on if they wanted this one to be an in-school makeup day or an online day. And then they voted online day, and then we had 4 online days in a row after that. So I'm sure they probably would have changed their vote if that had happened. March, again, silly pictures. As we're getting ready for spring concert now, I start getting a little more stressed out. But we've got sub plans because then my husband had surgery. Like I said, it was a big year for me. April, we had our concerts. I actually used, these are the game day stickers, and I was just like, just take off game day, even though it's technically game day for me. We had our Friday Night Live, which you've heard about in some of my other videos. And then, let's see, do we have one that I can show how yeah, we can do this one. Okay, this one doesn't have any student names on it. So, like I said, I'm a music teacher, and my lessons are broken up into like 3 categories, basically, which is tuneful, beatful, and artful. And then I color code all of the rest of my lessons. So 5th grade is green, 4th grade is orange, and I color code them based on the color of their music book. So that's how I plan, because I'm at one building Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This day was a day where we had off. That's why I decorated it. And then I'm at my 4-5 building Tuesdays and Thursdays. Can you see how other planners just would not work for me? Like, I do not have the same thing every week. It just doesn't happen. And then we are into May, and May is a little bit more sparse here. I do have when the end of the grading period is, last student day, last teacher day. I wrote in some of the times for, when we might miss specials because of testing, but lots of different things there. Here's kind of a more traditional way. I didn't write any student names here. You guys can see what this looks like, but so here's my tuneful, beatful, artful, and then other. I have food stickers there because we were doing a celebration for a teacher and we did a hot dog bar, which is hilarious. And then we had our cafeteria makes homemade pizza once a month, and this was going to be the last day to have it. I'm like, I'm saving points for homemade pizza day, and it was delicious. It was amazing. So yeah, you can kind of see now how this is set up. Tuneful, beatful, artful, and then I just kind of color code my different lessons there. So now that we're getting to the end of the year, I'm going to close this up. There's some to-do things that need to happen, and then I want to make a teacher summer bucket list. So we're going to do the end of the year to-dos first. So let's grab a colorful box, because when in doubt, colorful box it out. I'm just saying. So we got yellow. I think. Okay, so I have been sick for way too long, and I think it's now an ear infection. So my ear is like really weird right now. I'm like, ow, ow. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Let's do blue. Let's see if that'll cover up the notes up there. I think it will. There we go. And we're gonna do, I know they have some like little like work hard, be nice, to-dos. Let's use, okay, let's, yeah, the ear is a little weird today, but that's okay. Let's use blue. Use this blue, I think. It's probably hard for you guys to see. Not that it really matters to you. This is a super like fine tip. It's not going to focus. Focus. It's not. It's saying too close. Too close. This is a super fine tip. Pen. End of year. And let's get one of those to-do stickers. I don't like a blue one. Where'd you go? Did I skip you? Oh, there we go. End of year to-dos. Okay. So it's going to be more written out, I believe. I mean, I'm going to check the, I'm going to check my teacher book here just to make sure there isn't something in here I could use, because that'd be kind of awesome. Holiday field trip, library, personal day. Oh, I might use library. I know that's supposed to be for, what's it called? Like when you go to library, but since I don't, we have to turn things into our library, so I might use that one to write down all the things I need to turn into the library. Stars, to-dos. I think that might be the big one. Very important date might be helpful too. Time to grade, grades in. Might use some icons. That would be fun. Alright, let's start with library, because I'd make good use of this sticker. What needs to go to the library? So we need to turn in any books, because I do use our library books for classroom type stuff. Like we sing books, we sing picture books a lot, so I gotta make sure I turn in any books I have. Remotes for the tech, because we can't, the tech doesn't really leave the room. DVD player. Now I have 2 buildings. I don't have all of this at both buildings, but instead of making like a 2 building to do, I usually know what's going where, and it's good to double check both. So DVD player, insurance forms. That's because I do take my laptop home, and they like to have proof that like if something would happen to it, you could cover it. So, you know, whatever. Insurance forms. I think that's all of my library to-dos. I think I'm going to use one of the blank ones in here. Picture day. I don't know what minimum day is. Does anybody know? Like, they clearly included it here for a reason, but in Indiana, I have no idea what that means. So, if you do know what minimum day is, please, please put it in the comments below. I would love to know what it is. Okay. Let's do our things that go to the office. I'm going to leave some space just in case there's stuff that I forgot for the library, because I'm sure, you know, there probably is. So office, got to turn in inventory. Concert dates. I have to put in concert dates the year before. And even then, sometimes it's hard to keep those dates because stuff comes up, but I like to try and have it ready to go. Concert dates. I think those are the big, keys. That's a last day of school thing. Keys. Let me put one more bullet point because I know there's something else that I need to turn in. Oh, grades, but that's technically done online. But I'll do that. I'll put that there, and then again, we'll leave some space. And then we'll do an in the room to do. I would love to know how other teachers use, like if you're a happy planner, and, well, even if you're not a happy planner, if you're a teacher and how you use your planner, I would love to see it, especially if you're a decorative planner. Like, that would be pretty cool. Room to-dos. So, take down bulletin boards. I don't technically have to bulletin boards. I don't technically have to. Some of them I just cover. Depends on the building. But a lot of times towards the end of the year, I'm like, I'm going to change something up, or I need to redo this, so I'm just going to take it down now. It'll make life easier at the beginning of next year. I want to organize my file cabinets. I usually do that at the end of the year because they become a mess, because I'm an arts person who thinks in piles. Organized desk. Speaking of thinking in piles. Let's see. Nice desk. Declutter. Both of my buildings have gone under renovations in the past like 3 years. So I finally have one building kind of back in order, and the other building, because we got in late, and of course my room was one of the last ones done, which I get because I'm not there every day. They can store stuff there, that's fine. So that one really never got put back together the way I really wanted it. So that part will kind of happen. Declutter, organize. I think those are the big things. Those are the big to-dos for the end of the year. So now I have that little sheet. Now we're going to flip this over. And we're going to make a summer bucket list. And a teacher's summer bucket list is going to look way different. It's not about all the fun things. I'm going to do one of those too. This is all of the things I don't get done during the school year that need to happen. And so I'm going to do it over the summer, which sounds like total fun, right? As I've said before, do not let anyone fool you into thinking that teachers don't work over the summer. We do. We do take our breaks too, just like if you were on vacation, you would take a break from things. But I'm going to use this one this time. And I think I might use letters. I forget sometimes that I have the letters, and I don't use them, and they're like, well, silly. I have these fabulous letters here. Let's see, S-U-M-M-E. I should do M-M-E-R. Let's use this one. So I'm going to do a fun summer bucket list for sure. Not that, I mean, I enjoy planning my school year out. But if you notice I'm not measuring where the letters go, I don't care. It's fine. It's going to be fine. I just kind of go with the flow. It doesn't have to be perfect. Life is good. Although I I believe it was Stephanie Fleming who did the using a ruler, like, to lay her letters down. That was amazing. But me, I'm just like, no, I'm just going to put them down. And it's going to be fine. See? It's not the end of the world. So I want to try something, and it could totally backfire. But you're in here with me, so even if it backfires, we're going to be okay. So we're going to do summer left. And you're saying, but you said bucket. And I know technically it's not a before you kick the bucket type list, but I feel like bucket list has become kind of a catch-all phrase for, I want to get this done this year. So I want to get this done this summer. Summer list. Then I want to use a different color for bucket. I haven't used any on this page, so we should be good there. But do I want to use little letters? No, I think I want to use big letters. But I want a different font. So we're going to use, again, you're in this with me. Here we go. You and me. What? I think this might work. I think it might. Yeah. Ooh, that's super cute. See, sometimes you just gotta go with it. So summer bucket list. And we'll decorate a little bit more in a moment, because I want to make sure that I get the things down that I want to do. That's kind of important. That's kind of the whole point of it. So let's get some bullet points, I think. We'll do bullet points for this one. So some of the things that I want to get done may sound silly. That's like, but can't you do that during the school year? And maybe I could. But I am going to say that, like, my biggest pet peeve is subplans. Being at two buildings with the amount of kiddos I see, subplans are like, most of the time I'm like, I can just be my own sub. But this past week, I decided I was too sick. It was Thursday. I got sick Thursday afternoon, so I went to my building and I went through what plans I did have, and I was like, okay, these are good, these will be fine. And I need to have more of those so that I don't feel guilty about taking a sick day when I need a sick day. I guilt myself all of the time because we are short subs. Like, we don't have a ton of subs. And I shouldn't have to feel guilty to take care of myself. You know what I mean? I wrote a journal entry about that I think I'm going to share on Instagram. I shouldn't feel guilty for having to take care of myself because I literally slept all day Friday. And that was the day I ended up taking off. So I was like, see, you couldn't have been your own sub. This would have been bad. This would not have been good. So, sub plans. And I'm thinking, I know, you all are going to laugh at me. that I want to change my sub binder to being a disc bound Happy Planner binder. Yeah, I do. Just because I think it takes up a little less room, and there's really only so many things that need to be in there. Some things change out so much, and I have a planner punch, so I feel like we could totally rack that out with a planner punch. I need to just keep this open to the little bullet points, so I don't have to go back looking for them all of the time. So I want to do sub plans. I want to redo my sub binder. Just do one of these guys. My papers are falling out. Sub plans, sub binder. Another thing is videos for flipped classroom, / online days / centers. We're one-to-one with iPads, so it's nice if I have, like, I can take my time editing and working on some things, because first of all, online days for snow days happen about the same time in the lesson plans every year, without fail. So I just kind of want to rework them. And then there's some that I want to do so that, like, when I'm doing, I don't really do a flipped classroom, but that's, I know a lot of people know what that is, so that's why I like to use that word when I'm talking to you guys. And when I'm doing centers, they can still have me explaining what's going on, and it's something that if they want to work on it at home, I try not to require too much done at home. Again, they only see me once a week. I want them to be able, they have, especially my 4th and 5th graders, they have enough homework. They don't need extra from me. Music is supposed to be fun, and I want it to stay fun. So videos for flipped classroom. I want to work on a newsletter for parents, an electronic one. Just have it set up and ready to go. I want to find the book Endangered Minds, which sounds like a horrible title, I know, but it's actually about studies of students. It actually was done before, like, cell phones were really big. But it's about how technology and child development and things like that, there's lots of studies done. I mean, we all know that too much screen time is bad, right? Like, we all get that. I hope so. But this is, I would really like to, I've heard pieces of the research, and I'd really like to read the book. So that's another thing I'd like to do on my summer bucket list. See? We do a lot of stuff, huh? Worksheets. I don't use a lot of worksheets, but I kind of want to rework the ones that I have. Make them look nicer, make them look more fun, so that I'm not, like, just making it on the fly. It works, but, when you see all the other, like, classroom teachers who have all these cute teacher pay teacher worksheets, I know I could do that myself. I don't need someone else to do it for me. I just need to make the time to do it. So, more centers research. I started doing centers this year, and some of it has been successful, some of it has been unsuccessful, but when you're trying something new, that happens. Centers research. And then I'm just going to put, like, I think one more for now. I may have more stuff to add to this. I may not even have something for that specific one, but I want to have it ready to go. These two are the biggest priorities for me. After the year I've had with surgeries and towards the end of the year my immune system just being down, I want to make sure that this part is less stressful. There's always going to be stress because I hate leaving my classroom. I do. I hate not being there. But I also need to be able to take care of myself so that I can take care of my students. If I can't do that, then there's no point, right? At least that's how I feel. I know others probably feel differently, but it's that whole filling your cup. If my cup's empty, I can't help my kiddos, and I need to be able to help my kiddos. That's important. Ooh, kindness. That sounds weird. We do like a kindness initiative, and I really love the 7 Habits books, or book for adults. But I'd like to find the kid version. There's a kid version of 7 Habits, and I'd like to really, really make my classroom. Oh, forgot the N. A 7 Habits classroom. So this might have been a longer video. I'll find out when I'm editing. But if you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and sprinkle on